The Bring a Trailer Podcast.
What do they have, a Porsche driving school now?
Yeah, there's some sort of deal where you can drive Porsches at Lagoon. Now there's a bunch of banners all over the place for Porsche, right?
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's just like, yeah, well, I mean, I guess all these other driving schools are like a revolving door there, right? You're like driving Dodges, then you're driving BMWs, then you're driving...
That was a long time ago, dude. I drove the Dodges like in the paddock, like around cones.
Was it like some Dodge Stratuses or something?
No, but you could run Vipers on the course and stuff. I mean, that was right. Skip Barber stuff, and then it was another brand, and then it was I don't know what brand, right? But now I thought I read an article and maybe forwarded it to you guys saying, why haven't you driven GT3s on Laguna yet? Right? Am I wrong? Am I hallucinating?
I don't remember. I don't recall such an email.
Okay.
Are you sure you didn't send that directly to Zach at 3 different times?
Yeah, maybe. And he's done it 3 different times, but didn't tell us. So I don't know.
If you show up in a GT3, do you get to a discount on driving a different GT3?
I don't know, but there's Porsche things happening. The reason we started talking about this is Rennsport is coming there in 28, and Howard will be on grid.
Also confirmed Porsche Track Experience Laguna Seca is a thing.
Right?
Bang.
I'm not making
Oh, man.
Bang.
Good pick. Coming through the corkscrew. All the same color car. It's good.
That's what you were talking
They've
about.
got some marketing picks.
Woof.
Ooh, that's an ugly paint color. But it's PTS.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, 3 PTS in a row. How special is that?
PTS is starting to lose its
it's way cooler if you're non-PTS, right? There's
Agreed.
all the guys that were PTS, now the cool kids are non-PTS.
When was the last time you saw a base 911? Like cheap spec.
I don't even know.
No, never. You never
they
do.
are now. Is that right? They're all
I never see them.
Houndstooth
Correct.
stitching or whatever.
Deviated stitching.
I don't know.
It's like when I went to the Michigan-Texas game to get my rental car, and it was a busy football weekend, and we're going to Avis, and the Avis Select priority line was snaked around the building 5 times, and the regular line was like empty. And this woman I was like, yeah, if everyone's a priority, no one's a priority. She's like, I know, it's ridiculous. I just rolled right into the general boarding, got my car.
I love that.
It's amazing.
I love that.
It's so good.
So somehow I tied that to PTS, but everything's PTS now. Every color is PTS.
Right.
Like guards red, paint to sample.
Paint to sample, guards red.
Starts red with 2 Ds at the end, PTS. Right? Couple pixels off, PTS.
We've seen it all, or have we?
No, it's going to get worse.
It'll
get worse before it gets better.
There's got to be some sort of contrasting colors.
Allocations. I need them. I want them. I crave them.
One of one. My base model is one of one.
Totally. It is one of one. I was at a car show this weekend and somebody was talking about a car. It's like, oh yeah, it's one of only 47 like this. I'm like, can you one of one it? Like, what can you one of one on this car?
What can we change?
Yeah, what can we do to get down to 101?
Was that our local deal in the marina?
Yep. Motoring Coffee, Motoring Club. Second time we've partnered with them on a little local event, and it was great.
I heard there was an Enzo there or something.
Silver Enzo and
that's fairly strong.
Pagani something, which I'm not a car guy because I don't know what it was. It was all made out of carbon. I looked at them.
Huayra, Zonda.
Newer, I think.
People were like all around it, just like cameras out.
A lot of selfie sticks and stuff.
Selfies.
Correct. Yeah. Same owner on both, I believe.
There were some reels.
Reels were happening. Vertical video. You're asking about vertical versus horizontal. It was definitely vertical.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Somebody probably drove that in from.
It was same owner on both. And like people were crowded all around them.
Same owner on both.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Some crazy. A third car came in too. I can't remember what it was. Same crew brought those 3 cars. They were like right up front. Main attraction. But that parking lot was full again.
These the old power station bros? I wonder who these guys are bringing Paganis and Enzos into San Francisco. I mean, do they get tomatoes thrown at them as they're driving down Lombard Street?
I'm not like the biggest Enzo fan, but in silver, it's rad. Like when it's not red, it's kind of rad.
I'm non-Enzo. I'm camp non-Enzo.
I am also non-Enzo.
Give me 288 GTO all day.
All day.
But interesting car, though.
Yeah. There was a bunch of cool stuff there. My favorite car, this was probably nobody else's favorite car. There was a bow car, like a kind of ratty bow car with a 289 in it. And it was like,
you just lost the entire audience.
I know.
Tell them what that is.
Sick. Like fiberglass special built on, I think, Corvette underpinnings.
Better Kellison.
Yes, correct.
Kellison.
Better looking than a Kellison, I think. Mm-hmm. And Kellisons are pretty good for those fiberglass.
But it has the angled headlights.
Angled headlights, right? Yeah. This one had 289 badging on it, which you would have appreciated.
Somewhere between a Kellison and a Cheetah.
Yes.
Yeah. Both cars right in there.
Cheetah's a little later, I think. Maybe not.
Cheetah's later. We've talked about it already. We had the one that 911R listed, which was 4-wheel drum brakes with an injected 377 small block. We were postulating on whether that is the fastest car with 4-wheel drum brakes.
Might be.
It's up there.
Anyway, what else showed up at that place?
Oh, so it was
Your
Ferrari.
car showed up there.
My car showed up there.
Is that a secret?
No, my 308 was there, parked right across from the Enzo.
Alumni, BAT alumni.
Yeah, less
RNM.
vertical videos and selfie sticks around the 308, but it was nice to drive it there. That was fun. Jason Camisa parked his 308 GT4 right next to it, so there was a regular 308 and 308 GT4 right next to each other. Talked to
He
him.
ought to come here on the pod and defend himself for driving
should.
that GT4.
He should. He posted about it, and every comment was like, GT4 over 308. Hurt my feelings a little bit.
Well, those are just people kissing up to him. Let's be honest.
Kissing the ring.
Because that's opposite of the truth.
Totally.
So that's fine.
But it was cool talking to him. It was Ferrari Club of America was kind of the featured deal, Northern California Ferrari Club. So quite a few Ferraris. Talked to Vasilis. I don't know if he's out there listening, but he's already sent me some invites to local Ferrari Club events. So that was cool.
Are you going full FCA? Are you going fog rally?
It's I have a hunch that if I did those, it would be a lot of like 458 Spiders and Californias. I don't think it's a ton of 308s.
There's a lot of paddle shift.
Yeah. A lot of top down paddle shift.
Yep.
Not sweating.
Loafers. Some red loafers.
He was wearing Gucci loafers and they looked great. The guy who I was talking to from the club.
I love it.
Yep.
It's not the PCA crumpled baseball hat scene there. It's
No.
a little different.
There's some crossover, but it is a little different. 10 of BMWs. Connor was there, our colleague Connor in his 996. Emily showed up. Zach was there, though I didn't see him.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
It was cool.
I missed it. It sounds like this is not a one-time thing. There's a little series.
Quarterly is what they're saying. This is the second one of the year so far, and we've been at both. Anyway, that was rad. You guys did events. Randy, you're fresh back from the UK. How was the paint to sample scene at Bicester?
Paint to sample was present. It was there, but it wasn't like adored and worshipped or the center of things. There was great variety. So anyway, we had a killer event at the Bicester Scramble outside of Oxford in the UK. Man, it was awesome. First one I'd ever been to. And much like Goodwood, the car park, what they call the car park, which is the parking lot, concours, you cruise out there and it was incredible. Like the event was killer, but the people showed up. I stood out by the entry gates and people are just rolling in such cool stuff. Everybody brings a good car and parks it on the lawn and then walks into the event. Man, the parking lot was just really deep on just cool. In Ford RS stuff is rolling in, and 964 RSs are like lined up in the dirt, like coming into the event in crazy colors. And trucks and Land Rovers and everything, just British weird old, BMC type cars. Man, it was so cool. And then in the event, we had 6 cars on display at the Sports Purpose facility, the shed, they call it, which is funny. All the terminology. I'm finally getting up to speed on all their terminology, but you guys would have loved the event. They do them 3 times a year and they sell out 9,000 tickets. So it's limited because of capacity. There's a couple airplane hangars full of cars. There's some other cool stuff going on. So a couple of restorers that are in there that throw open their doors. Guy that's doing all pre-war Bentley stuff, like one of the biggest specialists in the UK doing pre-war Bentley. He had like 8 cars in there. A lot of them are the typical green. There was a black one in there. They're just like, dang, wow.
Guys got their like branded stands going on, and
guys got branded stuff going on. There's a couple like high level sponsor stuff, like Maserati was there, and a couple other big brands were there. But in general, it's pretty, sort of down to earth and cool crowd. And man, they had a setup where a guy had an Integrale and a Subaru sort of rally car and a Focus, like crazy. They're into so many types of motorsport there that people show up with crazy stuff. Guy shows up with like a NASCAR truck series car.
Whoa.
Guy showed up with a 32 Ford hot rod that was really
sick.
good.
Wow.
Sometimes you go to Scandinavia or whatever, and it's kind of American or trying to be, but it kind of misses.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing was like nailed in 32 Roadster.
Wow.
That was cool. Left-hand drive.
people munching on fish and chips at the concessions.
There's Top Gear was there. They brought a whole spread and some cool cars. And then, concessions. The concessions were good. They're not afraid to just like serve alcohol and have everybody roaming and going wherever they want, which is a little different than in America. I think that may be illegal in America. Yeah, definite fish and chips, definite people slinging burgers. Pretty interesting and good food. A lot of like themed vintagey food truck type stuff. So that was cool.
As a full day, you were out there, 7 a.m.
Man, we were doing all this stuff. We looked down at our watch and it was already 1 p.m. So decided to grab late lunch and then, burned it down until 4:30 or so. So anyway, I'd love to get you guys over there. We had a team of 5 of us over there, a few East Coast BAT employees and a couple of us from the West Coast. And we all flew out there, stayed in Oxford. It was like beautiful weather and the students were all finishing up or something. So it was a very lively town, very fun.
Do any punting? Did you get to do any punting?
I don't know what that means.
That's where they go in the boats, but they use the stick.
Oh, that is, yeah. Actually, my wife asked me that, and I think I had the same response. I was like, what? No, they're famous for that. Yeah, people were on the boats, on the river, in the botanical gardens. It was beautiful. Anyway, we had fun. Had a little Renault Clio to drive around, a little Clio trophy that we grabbed to haul the team around and drive around and have some fun. That was actually front and center at our display because it's on the website, and people loved that. That was a model I didn't know about.
How many folks showed up and were like, what are you guys?
Yeah, the response was super interesting. By and large, everybody was like, oh, BAT, this is cool. Bring a trailer, you're here. But they didn't know like the ins and outs of either how it works or how we compare or that we were listing UK cars. So they're all like, oh, yeah, I've followed some of your results or I'm subscribed or, yeah, I've known about that for years. I was there in the early days.
Oh,
that's cool. You know that whole line.
Yeah.
We get that line a lot. So anyway, seeing awareness, I think we were all surprised at awareness, but then we were also on a cool podcast over there called the Intercooler recently. And so some people were like, oh yeah, I heard you guys were coming sort of thing.
I heard that was well received. Good job going on that one.
People said that. Yeah. Those guys are cool. And they were there. They were like podcasting from the event, which was cool. And there was a cool display of Volkswagen GTIs through the eras, every era of GTI.
Oh, you loved that.
I adored that. They were all right-hand drive, which made them a little quirky. I loved that.
I've been meaning to ask this for a long time. What does scramble refer to? Like, that's like climbing up a hill, isn't it? Like going up like not a hill climb, but like getting to the top of an embankment, isn't it?
Good question. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can scramble up. Yeah. You can, as like motion, like moving around, scrambling around. But it makes me think of like chaos and like driving like a rally.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But they use that term with endearment. And I mean, they say we are scramblers. They're scramblers.
Whoa, okay.
So it's like a thing. You know, they're into that name. Honestly, I have no idea what it means. But for me, it means a cool event with a bunch of people getting together with an amazing car park. And obviously, Bicester Motion, the place we did it, is a killer venue that even on any off day, you ought to go see because it's very beautiful and cool looking.
When you ask AI about what a car scramble is, a Too Fast, Too Furious thing comes up, and then Bicester Scramble is the next.
Okay, so they own
you
that
went
name.
you went to the thing that defines the term.
I went to the one and only. That's funny.
That is funny.
So anyway, it was killer, and we are going to do it again. And yeah, we're sponsor of the event, and we had some cool posters and banners. We were giving things away, and had a couple Porsches on the ground that sold shortly after the event, which was great. People were there like looking at them and like checking out the cars, and had a weird Citroen GS rotary powered car that is now live on the site. That is super quirky.
Didn't know about those before that.
That's probably going to end right before this podcast goes live. But we had a couple other cars that are still coming that will be probably live when this podcast goes up. So yeah, go to the UK category and check it out.
But April's a good time to be in the UK for Car Stuff. Come for the members meeting, stay for the scramble.
It was the week after the members meeting. I think they're very smart not to plan it on the same time. I unfortunately couldn't extend. I got there on the Tuesday right after they ran some of my dream cars at members meeting right before that.
They had some interesting classes at members meeting. I don't know who puts that all together. I mean, Lord March, but just their creativity with different classes year in and year out is always super interesting. I loved seeing Button driving that 80s Camaro and against that Rover 3500. I'm sure all you guys saw the online videos, but it was amazing as always.
Mm-hmm. Looked like there was a sick Camaro race car at the Scramble too. Is that the green one, which I feel like I've seen running at Goodwood before?
So that car won at Revival.
Okay.
And is an amazing car. And it may have run up the hill at Festival of Speed too. But yeah, that is coming to BAT and we're stoked on that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That green second gen Camaro. Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
Man. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's black with green. It has a Fabergé Brut, which is like
Okay.
which is like a cologne or something from like the 80s. Fabergé.
Fabergé, like
Sounds
the
very
eggs?
James Bond.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally. So but over there, that's a totally normal thing that you would see like on TV commercials. But here in America, like
Fabergé and Camaro. Yeah, it's like an odd bedfellows.
Totally. What cologne would you see on a Camaro race car in America? Old Spice. You'd see like Old Spice.
100%.
But over there, you see Fabergé, which sounds way more sophisticated.
The 60s members meeting group with the leading E-types with the soft tops up.
Yes.
Very street spec looking,
Yes.
I'm sure, with some improved running gear. But that was killer. And seeing the short wheelbases chasing down the stock looking Jags.
I was going to say, I saw some of that footage and I was like, God, the Jags are out in front of it. There was, I saw a Dice with an LM, with a 250 LM. I'm like, wow, that's a fast E-type.
Yeah. Those guys know how to pedal the E-types over there. And I don't think they are stock at all.
XKE, sorry, you have to be careful about E-type in UK. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was the case.
They
Maybe
say
I'm wrong.
D-type.
Oh, do they?
say C-type.
Okay.
Are they anti-E-type?
I thought it was XKE. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
It is.
Yeah, I think I've been corrected on that,
Oh,
depending on where you are.
By somebody with a British accent.
Yeah, I get corrected a lot. There was a strong Integrale presence at the Motoring Club
Was there
event.
many of them?
Three Integrale, 2 Evo 1s and an Evo 2.
Wow.
Yellow Evo 2, which
What
is
color
like
Evo
Harry's garage.
ones?
One that I thought was yours at first was not a black with this +1 with 17-inch wheels on it,
Yeah.
which was interesting.
+2.
+2. Were they 15 stock? Okay.
15s.
I think this had 17s also. The wheel tire setup looked just like yours. And then the third one was red, I want to say.
I like all of that.
Yeah, there was an R5. I was like, who got Randy's R5? When I rolled up, and then I saw it had stocky wheels. I was like, oh, that's not yours. Red
man.
R5 also there.
All my stuff is all over the place now.
Speaking of red cars, you're fresh off an event too, Howard, that you drove red car on your father's event, your old event.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Wrapped up the California Mille end of April, 4-day, 1,000-mile road rally for pre-1958 cars. That this year started locally here in the Bay Area, stayed in Paso Robles by way of Santa Cruz and ended in Santa Barbara. So it was awesome drive, biggest field ever, 80-ish cars.
Wow.
Ton of Porsche 356s, ton of 300 SL Benzes, a lot of Alfas. They had a special Zagato class, so we brought out a little Zagato-bodied Giulietta that we have, which wouldn't technically be eligible for that event as it's a 1960, but they had 10 or 12 Zagato cars kind of stretching into the early 60s, which is awesome. Ton of SZs. Our car kind of looks like an SZ, but it started life as a Spider Veloce. It was rebodied by Zagato after it was crashed in March of 1960. So it's very much a one-off type deal. Ran great, didn't miss a beat. Honestly, we haven't driven it in a long time. And I have to say, along like day 2, is it possible we like blew some stuff out? The car felt like it got quicker. It felt like it got freer revving and like it gained 5 horsepower, started sounding better. You're at old Italian tune-up. But cool coffee stops in Cayucas and Morro Bay, which is kind of Central California coast. We did Nacimiento Ferguson through the Army base, which some California folks would be familiar with. Really, they did a phenomenal job with the route. Rained pretty heavily on the second day, which was kind of interesting. Only 1 or 2 minor incidents, but other than that, pretty good survival rate. Only a few lost to attrition.
What do they do when you're on a posh event like that where somebody breaks down? They hand them like a Lexus ES 270 or whatever.
Other events, yeah, Copper State, you
Copper
can get
State
in,
gives you a
just
Lexus,
walk
right?
into the Lexus rolling showroom and pick whichever one you want.
Right, and then you just kind of cruise along to the next shrimp lunch.
And then they fix your car and you're like, actually,
I'm just going to stay in the Lexus. I'm not actually good. No. But on this one, what'd they do? They're an insurance company. What do they do?
This is run by Haggerty. They stepped it up this year. They somehow got Lamborghini to sponsor it. They had a bunch of Uruses running around.
Wow.
Oh, that's right.
So I got some small time in one of those.
Did you? Did you drive one? Riding one?
Just riding briefly.
It's very New York City of you. Or New Jersey of you, maybe. What did that feel like?
I mean, they're amazing.
Are they?
And now we like first gen Uruses are getting, I don't say they're getting cheap, but we sell a few of those now on BAP.
First year Urus is 110 grand.
I think there's still a little more, but some would have some miles. Like you can get if you want a 90K mile Urus, I don't know if that's terrible or a great idea. I mean, was that basically an Audi
I think
SQ8?
Audi Lamborghini
RS?
SQ8.
SQ8. Man, if my old man ever thought there'd be Uruses running around support for his old event, I don't know if he'd
melt down,
turning in his grave,
lose his mind.
But it was kind of cool. Those were comfortable for people who needed a ride. They have really cool mechanics along that are absolute magicians and are wrenching on everything under the sun, and they're super capable, as you might imagine. They were fixing stuff all day, every day. And through some nights, Alex is pulling up a recent Urus
This is the 2019 Urus. Hold on. Wait for the interior. Wait.
Oh, man.
Look at the steering wheel.
Lakers. This is like the Shaq signing bonus rig right here. Purple with yellow interior.
2019 Urus, 47,000 miles, sold for 132.
Okay, Randy's not far off. Yeah, there you go.
Crazy far off.
Yeah. Those were like, what, 350 new?
Slight discount for the all yellow interior, but 641 horsepower. Dang.
Anyways, that's a lot of familiar cars you find on those. Highlights for me, a guy brought his Maserati 300S, which is an incredible car. The guy who's now running the Pebble Beach Concours brought his 500 Mondial Ferrari.
Wow.
I've always been a coupe guy. Have either of you guys done a 4-day or multi-day rally in an open car?
No,
I've
never done it. I always do
brutal.
closed car. Some people just power through that, and it is brutal. Sun is rough. Rain is rough. Wind, it's all rough, but those people do it multi-day.
So many open cars, and
I couldn't do it. The closest I came to was taking that Emery Speedster that you and Gentry had to Lufkakult, driving it across LA in the morning.
One day in the morning, and you're like, I'm done.
The morning was delightful, and then 4:05 traffic, 2 hours in that car. You feel like you're walking down the freeway. You just feel like you're out in the elements,
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, I'm glad you didn't fold that thing up on the 405.
It was great. That car was great. That car is easy to drive, easy peasy.
Couple BAT alumni along. Actually, I wish I knew when Randy came out to the start, that green Chevy Styleline Icon that was sold on
absolutely.
BAT.
That's BAT.
There was a white Giulietta Sprint Confortavole, I think, that he bought on BAT the week before. His 356 broke.
Is that right?
Bid on this car, sold by Fantasy Junction, and car ran great the entire time. That was crazy. That was kind of the biggest
shout out
BAT
to Fantasy Junction, man. If your event car dies, like dial them up on BAT and bid.
But yeah, this guy was telling me the story about his car broke, and he was searching around, and he's a big BAT guy, and he was like, "This is it for me, bang."
Bring it to the start.
That's like your dream, Randy. Like you need a car for an event, like tomorrow, snag one.
Ending on BAT tonight, event starts tomorrow. It's perfect. Where's the problem? How could that possibly go wrong?
No, totally.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really nice car. What'd that sell for?
Oh, that is a nice car.
115.
Woo!
I don't think he even did much
price as an Urus.
Ready to go, totally.
Both allowable on the Cal Mille. Perfect.
Yeah. Your 300 SL breaks down and they toss you keys to a 58 Alfa.
Upgrade.
Probably.
Awesome car.
And then, it's some heavy cars. And nowadays, people have their rolling cruise. And since there was 18 300 SLs, they're the whole Mercedes classic.
Really? Support
vehicles with their proper Sprinter van all done up in classic. Actually, cool looking rig.
That was separate just for the 300 SL guys?
And I think it was maybe for one or two guys, but they were obviously helping out other folks that were running those cars.
You split that 18 ways, right? That works out.
The guys who ended up getting the Falcon going good on the Copper State that one year, they were some stout gentlemen who were following around a 250 Europa. They were like the support crew for one dude.
That's awesome.
And that car ran great. So they were just milling around the parking lot every night. And them and Comer walks up and he goes, "You got Holly jets?" They're like, "Yep." And they're supporting a 250 Europa. And they got it running great.
But as you can imagine, all the Mercedes Classic guys are all so awesome. They're so down to help. They love all the cars. They love being on the route. They're pulling over for everyone. It's great.
Yeah, business trip for them. They get to bail out and cruise around.
Totally. Parking lot scene.
Fed. They get fed, right?
And then they did a special deal this year. They had a class for the Gordon Murray T50s. I'm not really sure why they did that, but it was kind of a cool little experimental deal. They had 5 or 6 of them. Couple different colors. Those are wild cars. You had said that you went to the GMA factory, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I got a tour of the GMA factory, saw those cars being built, and it's really impressive. The drivetrain is wild. The way they go together is wild. I got to see the crazy machine they hook up to the side of it and etch the VIN into the carbon tub, in front of you. I'm going to get one shot at doing that. Otherwise, you ruin this whole thing. Wow. That was a crazy moment. Then I got to see the new car that they have coming, the junior one, the T33, which is left side drive or right side drive. It's not center position. It's very cool.
Oh, I think they made a T50S, a track only deal, maybe?
Yes, there's also some crazy additions. Yeah, we got to see a couple of those, like peek under the cover on a couple of those. They have that version for both of them, I think. So they're doing different specs of track versus street. But the ones you had, first run of the T50 with the fan on the back and the whole thing, the street car.
I mean, the guys driving were very well behaved. I don't know if I would have been as docile with those things. I unfortunately did not get to drive one, but they sound like absolute fighter jets. Got to run along with a few of them throughout the course of the event.
The engine's impressive. Yeah, the drivetrain's
So
impressive. Sick. And don't see too many of those rolling into Cayucos.
No.
Right?
A couple of people in Cayucas were like car people that were on a little road trip and like were losing their minds. Less so at the old cars and more of like, oh my God. Like, it's just AT50, much less. Here's 5 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some amazing conversations.
They come rolling in. That's great to see that.
Is there still appreciation and or talk of the Swig family, of the founders? How does that go?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Less and less each year?
No, they're good. They did give some acknowledgement at the drivers' meeting, and we got a little Martin Swig award.
Oh, really?
That's great.
Well, there's Spirit of the Mille Miglia. I think there's a Spirit of Martin Swig award. Yeah, that went to
Amici. There's a Swig Amici award.
That went to Eichenbaum this year. D. Eichenby, shout out.
Good for him. Well, he's driving the car.
He's driving the car. So yes, in answer to your question, there was still some.
That's great.
Some nostalgia sprinkled on there.
And any old timers left from your dad's era? Anybody still driving who was, not much?
Not many. Not many.
It's kind of a new crowd.
Yeah.
We're different.
It's not the four-wheel drum crowd anymore.
It still is.
There's still some.
But man, his old cronies are.
Conrad, honestly, he's basically the only guy
counts.
left.
Conrad counts for sure.
He was one of the few people who's done every single, actually Conrad and my mom, the only people on the event that have done every single one.
Wow.
No way.
That's incredible.
I called that out a few times. People appreciated knowing that. It's a fun little fact.
That is a really fun fact.
Yep.
Your mom's gone to every single one?
I think so.
God, I can't believe that Conrad's been to everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
He was a lad at the first one, right?
This is a local Alfa restorer and mechanic who's been the lead mechanic on this event. Mechanic might be putting it a little mildly. He's just jack of all trades and savant and just loves this stuff and is an amazing driver and racer. But he's been a fixture at this event since the first year in 91 and even the pre-runs they did before that. And he's just an incredible human being, and we love him, a local guy, and he wouldn't miss it for the world.
That's unbelievable. 35 years. This is the 35th?
35th.
Wow. Longer than
they skip any year in there? It's been every year.
We skipped COVID.
COVID 1 year, 2 years.
Because this is an April event. COVID hit in March, so we had to shut it down.
2020, but then you're back in 21?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's been running longer than the gap was between the end of the real Mille and before this started. This is like a 30-something year.
You're getting weird.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is weird. Wow.
We were chatting about stuff like that, like at the first Monterey Historics in 1974, like a so-and-so car was only 14 years old type stuff. Like you can get into that type of...
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Wild. What else should we talk about, boys? You want to talk about what's on the site? You want to talk about what's coming up? We've had big results. Howard, I don't know if you want to weigh in. Beck and I just recorded a pod the other day. And we talked about the LFA result. We were shouting about that in the office. That was pretty wild.
That was live during the event I was on, and a couple folks on it were actively bidding on it.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
When it was at 1185, I thought and others thought that was kind of where it was topping out at. Maybe people would hit it for a few more, and sure enough, it went $600,000-700,000 higher than that. So people love white. People love LFAs. The 3-digit mileage didn't hurt. But that was definitely a market moment for those.
Pretty rare for Howard to be surprised these days. So I always take note when Howard's blown away by
it. Come on. What would a 500-mile Nürburgring was what? 1.6,
I think, 1.575, something like that. Yeah.
A minute after that auction ended, those are now 2.5. Who knows?
Amazing stuff. Randy, anything on your radar that's exciting to you or that you think people should know about?
On the website?
Yeah. You saw the 66 and 67 Shelbys?
Always. Yeah, we got a 66 Shelby through with a lot of comments and a lot of discussion.
We had to reset the bids. You saw that?
It's so great. Yeah, with new information coming to light through the auction. How else is that? That car's going to roll over a 10 auction, and some guys in 90 seconds that he's allowed to look at it is just going to get totally bamboozled on that car, which, man, I get sucked into watching some other auctions and thinking about buying a Shelby at some others. And then I'm like, man, the story comes out after.
I know.
And at BET, it comes out during. And this one, man, Cool story. I think the buyer's going to know what they're getting.
Sold.
Did it sell today?
Way above where we killed bidding. We thought it wouldn't get back there. We stopped the bidding at 150, reset it, and sold for 190 with all the new info.
190 with all the
replaced fender.
Yeah, it had a replaced inner fender, which was an issue for some people.
That's right.
But that came out.
I loved that car, though. The spec, the history, all that.
I liked it. Yeah, it seemed pretty good. It had been with one guy for a really long time. Just a Wimbledon white 66 4-speed car with your favorite alloys.
I know you hate them, and I love them.
Those get pulled off immediately. I was looking at that car, and I was like, okay, which wheels go on immediately after hitting win? And you're the opposite.
I didn't catch all the details on that. I was waiting for the big like scandal reveal, and you're like, yeah, replaced inner fender. It's like, and
yeah,
that's it. That's all it was, too.
Oh man, is that it? Wow,
that's all it was. Because somebody wanted that stamping on the fender, right? And it wasn't there, so they had to sleuth out what was going on. But it's probably one of those deals where the seller didn't even know. They discover all this
ancient wreck history.
As it goes.
Yep. So. But they were cool about it. They pulled the thing off. They did all the things that were required. That's why BAT is awesome.
Yeah.
But you weren't here for this, Howard. A BMW crew came through earlier. Shout out to P. Kane and company.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about them
earlier this week. That was great. We should. They were a lot of fun, but they asked Randy did a little impromptu Q&A, and one of the questions they asked, they're like, who's the most difficult group of sellers? And I was immediately like, Shelby's.
I wasn't going to say it. I was up there thinking about other groups who shall remain nameless. And you're like, be sure to say Shelby's people.
It's a real competition, though. There's a striving for who the most difficult kind of mark expert community
But man,
is.
you need some difficult folks. Otherwise, you're not going to, who's going to remember the inner fender stampings?
I much prefer that came out and everyone, it's just so much better than that or somebody trying to suppress and hide.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's what it boiled down to. Not to make light of the fender, but I thought it was something way more sinister, like retubbed or smashed or all the things that and all the crazy scenarios. Funny story for our car live. You're talking about stuff live. We have this 400 GT Spider conversion Lamborghini.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which is an amazing car.
They chopped the top off this thing. What's going on?
Is an amazing individual that we've done some events with, who lives in Marshall, Texas, which is about half a mile from the Louisiana border. He bought this car at like a Gooding RM auction as a coupe, stock, restored, beautiful, like, I don't know, maybe one of the best in the world.
He cut it?
And then we were chatting with him like a year or two later, like, oh yeah, how's that 400 GT? He's like, I cut the top off. I always wonder what those would be like in a Spider. I just had to have it. This guy is just an amazing individual.
Wow.
Bought like the best one, immediately just fired up the chainsaw and made this conversion. It's an amazing car, and it was beautiful then, and it's great now. But if you're wondering, this was not like some project he bought and made the conversion. He bought he rolled it off the field at Pebble and then
cut it straight to surgery.
I just love it so much.
Wow. And is there a top that goes up and down, or it's
there
is.
Like
roadster only?
No. Actually, the top normally for these kinds of things they don't look good. It actually looks okay.
I don't know. It looks fair.
I always wanted one of those in a Spider, so I made one.
Okay.
Yeah. Same seller had the really nice Vetroresina that sold just a couple days before that.
Interesting.
Red with a brown interior.
Wow. I haven't seen a Lamborghini 350 or 400 GT live in motion. I'm trying to think the last time.
I can't remember.
30 years ago. I mean, I haven't seen it. Like, when do you see that car anywhere ever?
There's not very many of them. I've always liked them. They're weird, but I've always
liked them. He always said he liked those. I don't know why. I got to ask him. But those are cool. That one's very fire engine red.
It is. It's very bright.
Very red.
Is it Touring? Who's the body on those? I don't remember.
Something like that. One of those three.
Weird. They're strange looking cars, but I like them.
Is this our first GT3 R Rennsport?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I saw that went live today. That'll be live when this.
Yeah, should still be live. Should still be live.
Barely.
Shout out to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That guy's an absolute beauty. Sorry we missed on your Ford GT today. That was a cool car, though. Same chassis number as his race number.
I actually loved that car because it was so plain. That's how I like them.
That RNM'd?
Yeah.
RNM'd.
760,
you should buy that. What if you
770?
had one of those cars? What if you had a new Ford GT, Howard?
I mean, they're starting to get kind of interesting in kind of the 7-ish range. Right? Are they going to keep going down? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Those cars.
They're a little cheaper than they were for a while. You've expressed you like those, Howard, quite a bit.
I do.
They think that was parked outside right now. I mean, those are crazy. Or is his a crazy like LM spec?
No, his
just a street car.
Just a stripper Ford GT.
Base one of one.
It's like about my favorite one ever.
What if
super simple, no
what
stripes.
If that was parked outside, dude?
PTS white.
It's very PTS.
It's very
refrigerator white.
Yeah.
Man, I've sat in one of those. I've never driven one. I sat in one with the like bare carbon paint scheme. Man.
So we are 2 for 2 on DS19 Chaperone cab.
Oh, I saw that sold
conversions
today.
by Carl Auto Work. We sold another one last week. Those are very cool.
Slam dunk on the second one, right?
Yep.
We'll see more of those submitted, I bet.
Yeah, they're coming.
I don't know how many Carl has made, but
Is that
it is
another? Man, you're just listing off all the convertible conversions.
Yes.
Any other chop tops?
That's the theme of this episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, we got any more of those?
GT350 convertible. I bought a great 65, brought out the chainsaw.
Oh, no, don't do that to me. They made 6 of those or whatever, right? Shelby made them for gifts to people.
I actually didn't know that.
The run.
In 66.
And they had your alloys on them, dude. That convertible rocker stripe, no stripe over the top, I don't think. Convertible 66 GT350 convertibles.
We were talking when we first...
That's a hard no.
Well, totally. I kind of agree with the 65, 66s, but either right when we hit record or right before, we were talking about Velocity, and we had a Bring a Trailer alumni gathering at, I believe, the first Velocity event at Sonoma. Certainly one of the first ones when you had the gull wing there, Randy.
19, that was the first one.
Yeah.
Inaugural.
And there was that gold 67 or 68
yes, I
GT350 convertible, which
alumni, BAT alumni car.
Loved it when it was on the site. Loved seeing it in person. Are you a little, those have a roll bar on them.
I'm okay with those convertibles.
Me too.
I think they're kind of funky and different.
Yeah. It's a different era.
I still go for a fastback, but I like those convertibles. But and those were, that was some marketing focus group decided we need Shelby convertibles, so let's make them.
Yeah.
Right? So they did it.
Let's get 500s. Let's get automatic transmissions.
500s, autos, AC on a convertible, all the features.
NACA ducks.
Load it up, baby.
Load her up.
I'm very into this Stroppe-Modified Nora Bronco Mexican 1000 race truck we got. I don't know if should I just mark that premium right now? Or
that ought to be. It's so good.
I was actually wondering why it wasn't premium. You should. They're all white over.
You know the guy selling it?
Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely. I visited a shop up in Santa Rosa. He actually is from Saratoga, my hometown, but he moved up there and has a cool shop. He has some great Fords. We have a lot of funny Ford stuff in common, but I'm trying as hard as I can to buy a Bronco from that guy. I don't know if it's going to be this one, maybe some other one.
You don't want full comp though, right?
What do I need? Yeah. I mean, I'd love to go run Nora, actually. Anybody out there that wants to go run Nora together, reach out. I would love to run one or two of their different events that they do, trying to figure out what rig to do it in. Here's a funny Hearst adjacent story. I was just on eBay and I bought some old four-wheeler magazines from before I was born. And they covered Baja 500 from like 69, 70, 71. And they did a project where they built an FJ40 for that event. And anyway, I bought these magazines for no reason. They're like $5 each. But they built stuff that is now what the Nora is. So anyway, my true fantasy would be to go
FJ40,
race an FJ40 down there, which is a terrible vehicle. The
they
Broncos,
keep a 6-cylinder. Or they do a motor swap.
They did a 6 in some of these, but that's the whole SoCal inspiration for my truck that I have, which is V8 power. They were swapping Corvette motors in and going and running in Baja to try to keep up with the Broncos that had V8 stock, right? That dumpy 6-cylinder Land Cruiser motor to try to race that is like a horrendous idea, but they did it. And anyway, buying some of those old paper magazines where the inside is like newsprint grade, right? It's not even like a glossy. I'll bring them up here. They're really,
I'd love to see them.
Those magazines are really cool. And that was part of the Motor Trend empire, which now Hearst bought. And so we technically are siblings with Four Wheeler magazine, which makes me so happy. It's one of the few mags that I actually subscribed to when I was a kid. So anyway, those are very, very cool. But that Bronco that we have listed is like proven, raced, did well, won in its class, did cool different things. And there's a couple awesome Bronco experts that raced it, and they're BAT users. They've been on the podcast before, the Bronco podcast we did, and talked with them.
Did any of the Toyotas finish well, or like is there an
a million years ago or recently? No, recently there's a couple guys that run throwbacks, but back in the day they did okay. But 4 leaf springs. Amazingly, Jeep CJs did pretty well back in the day. Land Cruiser certainly never won it. And when I went down to the Min 400 2 years ago, to the start of the Min 400, there's like a retro class, and a guy had an FJ40.
Rad.
Strip it out and put 33s and a V8 in it and just see how far it'll go. So cool. Their entire race prep of some of those is like putting KC lights on.
Totally.
That's it.
Totally. I don't think he's teaching anymore, but one of my history professors at Cal Poly, right when I was fresh out of high school, Dan Krieger, still friends with my parents. I think he said it was $60. He bought a World War II surplus Jeep and then bought like 3 sets of spares, like 3 rear ends, another motor, all this stuff. And they strapped it to the first one. And him and his brother, when they were in their teens, tried to drive it from the top of Baja all the way to the bottom.
Oh, cool.
And they ended up using all the
Not in the race, but just
driving it. This is like late 40s maybe. And I think they ended up using all the parts by the time they got like halfway down.
3 diffs.
Yeah, and they had to stop. They broke so many, because I think he said there weren't, it was just 25 years ago he told me the story, there weren't really roads. Like they were just kind of like figuring it out, heading south.
Yep. There's a lot of frustration when they actually paved the route. It's like Pikes Peak. There were
made it too wimpy?
Don't do that. And they did it, and it changed the face of the race forever. Yeah,
I would have loved to have been at the table when Stroppe was talking to Parnelli Jones, being like, "We're going to build this car for you, dude. You're going to come run it. You're going to win this thing for me." And he was like, "All right."
He's like, "All right,
okay,
yeah,
I'll do it."
He was definitely in.
Amazing.
They were all go back then.
You've gone to see some of the race or no?
Which race?
The Baja races.
No, I did La Carrera.
Yeah,
that was my only stuff down there, spectating, not racing. But I went to the Mint 400 out of Vegas, the ones they used to run out of Del Webb or who?
Those are big loops though, aren't they?
Yeah, they run loops out of Vegas over across state line.
Awesome. And with like some dry lake components, right? Like high speed across lakes, or is it all
really.
dirt?
It's pretty high speed, but it's not flat. It's bumpy.
Bikes still?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Different classes.
That still happens? The Mint 400 or that's dead?
Mint 400 was resuscitated. It's back.
Let's go run that, Alex.
Arguably the best name for a race of all time.
Well, the Mint was the name of the casino.
The casino that sponsored it, right?
And then, anyway, all of that stuff is so cool.
I don't know if you know this or have read the book, but that's the main thing that Hunter S. Thompson's doing in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He's there to cover the Mint 400.
Cover the Mint. That's right.
Oh, it literally just finished 3 days ago.
Yes, that's right.
Tonopah. Love Tonopah.
Oh, Tonopah.
So great. They run the trucks down the strip. I mean, the whole thing still happens. It's really cool. It's kind of a retrospective now, but there's the modern group and the vintage group and the bike group. Off-road racing is still sort of Wild West in a lot of ways. It's really fun.
Sick.
So anyway, we have that Bronco, and there's some other off-road stuff that we've had go through recently, but we've had some pretty wild stuff on the site. The champagne-colored Singer that's on the site with our local partner in San Diego. That's actually, I'm not usually drawn to Singers, but that's a pretty killer car.
Did you by chance see the kind of rough but driver A-code 289?
The one with the contrasting colored fender?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I saw that car.
It's a 289.
It's a 3-speed GT? I was skeptical. Did they ever put a 3-speed in a GT?
We broke down all the stuff. I was immediately like, oh, what are we going to get in trouble for this?
GT's hard to trace. This is a 65 or 6.
65 GT.
A-code fastback in
3-speed, but like
with a
multi-colors.
3-speed on the floor and a 289 A-code 4-barrel, 225 horse. Look at you guys in with the R code VIN and stamped into the fender.
I mean,
so
people get crazy about these, so we got to take it care of. I actually kind of like it. I don't really want a 3-speed.
It's a little thrashed. It's a little patinaed for me.
Well, that's
but
I like
give me a paint job on that car and I would like it quite a bit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool car.
I'm watching all kinds of weird stuff.
Is it? Yeah, man.
I don't need another thing. I'm acquiring projects at rapid
I know
pace.
you are. I don't know when we're talking about that on the pod, but yeah, that's crazy. We've got a 3,000-mile NSX-T on the site.
It's one of those ones where the dealer buys it, right? So it's like sitting on the dealer floor still and has been sitting on there since it was new. Oh, yes, it's back.
We have a 426 Hemi 66 Charger. We have an NSX-R.
Oh, yeah, that one's very solid.
I'm following so much weird stuff. We've got a Volkswagen multivan Blue Star, which is like I want in the parking lot.
School me on that. I don't know what that is.
It's just I think it was called a Karat in the US.
It's a van again.
It's a van again, but it has Renault 5-spokes on it, like an AMG car. It's a 91. Anyway.
Whoa, it came with those?
I don't know that it came with those, but it has them now.
Blue Star.
It's fantastic.
Nice.
What else we got?
70 Hemi Cuda we sold recently. I don't know if you guys chatted about that. That was one of my more favorite muscle cars we've ever had.
Did not.
That was cool. Like Vanishing Points rev car. Yeah.
Green Hemi Cuda did super well.
It's green. Green's even better. Anyway, there's so much crazy good stuff.
Oh my God. I typed in 70 CUDA and we've got
I was looking at
drag car 70 dragster roller.
Yes.
Oh, this one, Howard?
That's not
cool
looking
car.
to buy, but I was looking at T-Birds, first gen T-Birds. And I was like, oh, maybe I can look in some BAT history and figure these out. I pull up the model page and there's like 5 of them live right now.
Yes.
And I was like, what? I just wanted to look at the fin shape or some weird thing. I was going down a rabbit hole on those. There's one with a Coyote in it. There's one with like a 4-valve Cobra motor in it.
What?
And then there's some stock ones. And I was totally blown away at how much depth there was live at the same time. I was like, Howard, I was thinking maybe there was one on the site and there was like a handful.
There was presently 6, 55 and 57 listed, which is crazy.
Here's a stat for you. There are currently 5 Cobra replicas live.
Oh gosh.
How many Cobra replicas do you think we've listed?
Oh my gosh. Have we hit 1,000 yet?
What's your guess?
Shelby Cobra replicas?
Yeah, of all kinds.
It's over 1,000.
I'm gonna say 920.
You guys are so good. Becca guessed way less. 1,100, almost 1,200.
Wow.
1,200.
Isn't that amazing?
They're still pumping them out though. I mean,
Totally.
the factory's live today.
But it's one of those graphs where it's just there's so many results on it.
Oh, wow. That's a lot, man. That's the good news and the bad news. I'll be honest about that, right? I mean, those cars are awesome and yet crazy. Some Cobra reps are really, really awesome. And some Cobra reps are not as awesome.
They're fine. I really like 55 through 7 T-Bird. So I'm looking at that page now.
Yeah. Isn't it? Man, I can spend some time looking there.
You don't want to
go back and forth on which year I want.
You don't want to be a backdraft dealer. They're looking for
draft.
They're looking for
franchisees.
Open point for backdraft.
Yeah. Is there a Bay Area point available? Now selling franchises, you can buy into the franchise. Oof.
You know the Doane Spencer T-Bird, right? The one that he built, the black, and wasn't either that car or a clone of it on the Mille one year. The black hardtop gold Halibrands 50.
Yes, our buddy Kenny Epsman, who's a local.
Dude, little Kenny Epsman reference.
Toga.
Does he have that bird?
Well, I think that's what you're talking about. He has that sick black T-Bird with the Halibrands.
Somebody has the real one, and then there's a very
fairing.
Correct, and then there's it has a hardtop on it always. I don't know if there's a fairing underneath
stretched too, or is it a stock body?
It's heavily customized by Doane Spencer, who built the famous 32.
I'm the same, but Epsman's T-Bird is like one of the.
Somebody's got an excellent clone of it in the Bay Area, and somebody has the real one too. I don't know who. I think it was in the Central Valley at one point. But you know where Doane Spencer lived? He built the famous 32 Ford Highboy that is kind of the model for those black with the V windshield. He lived in Cayucas, where you went on the Cal Mille, which is a cool little beach town north of Morro Bay, close to Hearst Castle. Speaking of tie-ins.
Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff.
This Hemi Cuda is extremely good.
It's a good one.
It is. I love it when the second inline image is a sick historical picture. That's like one of my favorite things.
Should be the first image, but I'll take second.
We do the best we can. We got to be careful.
Scare people.
We got to be careful
with the lead image.
The vert of one of those used to be like $1 million+ car. I don't know. It may still be.
That was like one of the muscle cars, right? Anyway, great stuff. Anything else we should mention, guys?
Well done, Alex. Here we are. We didn't think we had anything to talk about. Now we're
50
covered
minutes
some good ground.
I'm just fielding a text that is my nightmare. It's probably yours as well. I got the Audi in for service right now, and the guy's texting me actively, where is the wheel lock key?
Oh, no.
It's on eBay.
No. Where is it? And I have no idea what to tell him right now. What do I text him back? Glove box. Obviously, they check there. Ashtray. Obviously, they check there.
Do you know where it is?
I have no idea where it is. It has to be with the car, though. I mean, nobody pulls it out of the car and puts it in their workbench.
Well, a lot of times.
That's a terrible idea. You got to keep it with the car, because if you get a flat on the side of the road, what is it going to be at home?
Yeah, I know.
It's got to be in the car.
Glove box,
look harder.
Center console, in the back with the toolkit. Those are the three spots. Side pockets? Do the doors have side pockets?
Yeah, but it's not in there. It'd be rattling around. Where is it?
I don't know.
Where is it, Alex? I don't know where it is.
I don't know.
Oh, man. What do I say? Okay. I don't know what to say. All right.
Okay, well, that's a good place to end. Randy's got to go deal with the situation. A treat, as always. Should we do Smokey and the Bandit? I want to get you guys on record. I want to do it so bad. How long are you here, Howard?
I'm here. I'm ready to do it.
You don't have to work hard to get me to watch the movie, but do we need to record at some point?
We do. I would love to do next week if you guys can talk about Smokey and the Bandit.
6.6 liters. Let's go.
I did a little bit of research. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff about the cars and the motor sizes and which years. There's some interesting research that I've already done on that. So we have a lot to talk about there. Plus, you can just have the viewing pleasure of watching Smokey and the Band.
Burt,
the man. There's some great BAT tie-ins too, because we've had numerous Reynolds vehicles on site. Yes, indeed. Well, thanks, guys. Always a pleasure. Thanks, as always, to everyone for listening. Feedback, questions, concerns to podcast@bringatrailer.com. We will catch you next time.
Adios.